Hello everyone, Typhos here. This is Dev Diary 5 for Terminal 2. There's quite a few things changed since the last Dev Diary that I did. Unfortunately, there's a load of stuff that changed that there wasn't really a visual counterpart for, which is why there wasn't a Dev Diary earlier. So I'm just going to run through some of those changes, show you a bit of gameplay to illustrate some of those changes, and then that'll be it. First of all, the gameplay's changed. In previous builds, the player had 3 lives. The ultimate goal of the game was don't die, get to the end of the level, kill end boss, advance to the second stage. I've decided to do that's the sort of typical shooter mechanic. I've decided to take that and just throw it in the bin. Don't like it. Now, what the player's goal is to get to the end of the level with the highest possible score. Life in the game is gone. You have infinite life, infinite, and to implement the challenge for the player, we have different penalties for taking damage. Essentially, what you've got now is a health bar, a power meter, and a damage cooldown and a point reduction. As the player plays through the game, the player will take damage. As the player's ship takes damage, their shield bar will deplete. Once their shield bar is completely depleted, their guns will overheat and jam. At that point, they get a 3-second gun jam, prevent them from firing, and their current power level will decrease by 1. So if their current power level is 3 and they're shooting big guns, their gun will jam for 3 seconds and their power level will drop to 2. On top of that, for the amount of damage that they receive, they will also have a deduction in score. So basically what we've done is anyone can play the game. An 8-year-old, a 5-year-old, a 3-year-old could play the game. They're going to finish the game, they're going to see all the wee bosses, they're going to see the whole level, but the score that they're left with at the end of the game is what's going to change dramatically based on skill. The ultimate goal of this is that a player will finish a level, get a score, and then want to repeat playing that level to improve their score. To that end, we've added, or in the process, of implementing the whole sort of social gaming aspect to having being able to pick the level you want to play, and then playing that level and achieving stars, 1, 2 or 3 stars. 3 stars being like a really, really good solid score, 2 stars being a good score, and 1 star being a passable score. So the whole point of this is the whole social gaming. Basically, the player will be able to select a stage or a wave, play that stage, achieve a score. The game will then reward that player with 1, 2 or 3 stars depending on how good they performed. The game's also going to track their score as well, so you'll get the 3 stars or 2 stars, but you'll also see your actual score amount. As a player gets 2 stars, it will unlock the next wave, allowing the player to progress to the next level. 1 star is not good enough. 2 stars unlocks the wave, and 3 stars, like a gold score, is like the best score you can get. And then that whole social sort of gaming thing where you play your game, you unlock your stars, and then you compete socially with your friends to see who can get 3 stars on all the waves, who can get the highest score on each of the waves. And that's pretty much it. So I'll run through this now let you see some of the changes. I'll just get this to load. The high scores are sort of semi-functional now as well, so that score table's actually been populated in code. In previous builds, it was a static image; it wasn't really taking note of anything. But that's a working score table now. But that'll most definitely come out and be redesigned because of the change. So if you go play, you've now got the typical board layout where you've got like 2 stars on the first wave, which unlocks the second wave, and only 1 star on the second wave, so the third wave is locked still. There'll be 3 waves per level, so currently 4 levels, 3 waves each, but there's room for me to expand that. So right now if I pick wave 1 and then we play, you see the power bar at the bottom. Bombs are indicated in the top left, and power, as in shot power, is indicated in the top right. And you see the score shooting up as well. The waves these aliens are coming aren't accurate. These are just test purposes. So this is mini bosses that are coming in at the minute. You will only get spammed by mini bosses the second the game starts. There's my gun jammed because my shield damage has been too high. Jammed again. If I cheat a wee bit here, actually, give myself some bigger guns. Take out some of these. It's a power up as well. It's a speed power up, increase my speed. And if I put my guns back to 1, if I go to the P, I get a power up. You'll see my power ups have gone to 2, and my gun speed, or my gun power, is increased. If I take more damage now, if I allow myself to take damage, my guns will jam. My gun power will go back down to 1, and I'll be back shooting that lonely wee shot again. That's about it. So far, so good. So hope you enjoyed the dev diary. Hope you enjoyed what you saw. There'll be plenty more to come later. As I'm getting to the point in development now where most of the back end code is done. So the next dev diary should be a bit more visual as well, showing some of the other levels and showing the working level select and star system. I'm not sure when that dev diary will arrive, because development right now is kind of fluid. I don't really have a fixed time scale, so I hope you've enjoyed watching.